So we are here in Moab, Utah. We're at the Sand Flats, and this is our first day here. And we're gonna start it off nice and easy with the Fins and Things Trail. It's about a 9-mile trail that is kind of an easier trail, but it definitely has some a few tough obstacles. So we're gonna start out with that today. We were searching for campsites earlier today, so that took up most of the day, and now we are just gonna use the next few hours of daylight while we still have it to get us warmed up to this environment, which is very different than what we have been on up in Colorado, where it was lots of water, very slippery, just cold weather, elevation, and now we're in 100-degree weather and very dry, lots of grip. So it's just a different environment, different type of obstacle, and this will be a good warm-up day. So looking forward to it.
The trailhead for Fins and Things is just a short distance from the air down point. Excitement builds as we venture into unfamiliar terrain, unsure of what to expect. While we've all seen videos of Moab, seeing the terrain for the first time in person is truly unique.
So we're doing the short section of Fins and Things first. It's recommended for daylight. It's restricted to daylight use only. It's not recommended for ATVs, and so it's a little bit tougher. But it's short, but we're just going right into it. Let's see how the Lexus does. It's already feeling really bouncy.
Your right side's about to drop.
Yep, hose popped off. It's an easy fix, it's just too hot.
Yeah, we've got plenty of coolant too, so we can just fill it back up. I wonder why it popped off though.
Well, I saw there was looked like there was some leakage around there. So I was looking in here the other day, I guess when we were doing the wiring in the light bar, I noticed that there was a little pink just residue from coolant around the main hose. And so sure enough, either that wasn't on there tight enough or something, but just this really hot temperatures just caused it to pop off there. So we're gonna let it cool down and put that back on, make sure it's secure, fill it back up with coolant. Should be good to go. But man, that's the first problem the GX has had.
We're 5 minutes into the trail.
First obstacle, really.
Turn a 45-minute trail into 4 hours.
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
We knew planning a trip to Moab in peak summer conditions was not ideal. Average temps for this area range, but this particular day it was well over 100 degrees. This shouldn't be an issue for vehicles if the cooling system is functioning properly. Finding the GX's radiator hose loose we can only suspect that the high temps and resulting pressure caused it to pop off and overheat. We always keep plenty of spare fluids on hand for situations like this, so we reattach the hose, add a lot of coolant, and hope this isn't the start of a failing radiator.
And all nerdy that you have to check that every once in a while, right?
Oh. I see you thinking about it. Oh, it's gonna do it.
There it is.
Nicely done.
I'm so happy with this build, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nice.
Fins and Things is a great trail. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced off-road enthusiast, this trail offers a lot of fun. It is very easy to navigate with markers indicating the direction of travel. The technical aspect of the trail might seem daunting, but is actually quite a breeze. Where we're from, we're not accustomed to having so much traction on boulders and obstacles, so we're pleasantly surprised with how effortlessly we can climb and descend this type of terrain. There's a good mixture of driving long stretches of rock, throttling through small whoops, cornering banks of dirt, and just navigating the awesome rock beds. The two Tacomas are running Icon 2.5 CD/CV shocks. The GX is running a Dobinson's MRR suspension, and the Forerunner is on a Dobinson's IMS extended travel setup. We all have our opinions on different suspensions, but these Icons and Dobinsons have performed exceptionally well for how we've built these vehicles, and that's all we can ask for. This trip in general has been a true testament to why it is so important to buy quality suspension components the first time. For us, Icon and Dobinsons are at the top of the list, and we are very satisfied with their performance thus far.
You good?
I think so. So, the radiator hose blew a little bit ago on the trail. We filled it up. It took a lot of coolant. Which means it could have been leaking for a while. And but the temperatures on this trip so far have been really good. But filled it back up, and I started noticing the temperature gauge climbing, and so we're just double checking it one more time, making sure it's completely filled and that there's not a bubble or something. So
Ugh.
There goes all our coolant.
It's like,
I just took a radiator shower.
I think that's vehicle maintenance 101.
Honestly, I thought the pressure was released. Because it
I'm gonna back up a little bit so.
After cleaning up Charles's mess and adding even more coolant to his truck, we set out to try and complete the trail before dark. But once again, Charles has other plans.
What the hell, Charles?
Can we just do one trail?
well, at least my temperature's holding good. Oh man. And there I was coming down so gracefully. Oh.
It's because we didn't do our rally routes thing this morning.
It's gotta be why.
Oh Lord.
Hey, he kept us from falling off the mountain, so that's
Kept you
rest of
from
it's on
what?
us.
Can you climb that? Hold that line. Okay. I'm gonna back you up just a little bit. Your right side is hitting the ledge. You just gotta have to bump it a little, and then the rest of the way we can work you up. It's about 8 inches in front of your passenger tire, so you're gonna hit it. Nothing crazy. There it is. Perfect. Go, go.
As we approach the conclusion of the trail, we encounter a section that is undeniably exhilarating. Making our way through Baja-style terrain at higher speeds leaves us craving more, but we're losing daylight quickly, and it's time to venture back to camp.
There's definitely a little bit of technicality involved, but you know, nothing that we couldn't get through. Obviously the GX was overheating a bit, which is fine because we can take care of that. Not a big issue. It's better that than some mechanical failure. So, but it was fun. Like that was really fun. Really put our suspension to the test, and you know, us guys with a rear locker, we just kind of inched our way up, and then Charles gave it a little more effort, but he killed it. So pretty impressive, but that was a good intro to Moab. So we're gonna hightail it out of here, figure out exactly what's going on with the GX, and then have some dinner and camp down by the river. And I'm gonna strip naked and just go dive head first because I'm disgusting and I haven't showered in like 5 days. So, but this is a great intro to Moab. I'm super stoked. It's a beautiful country even though it's 150 degrees.
Camp is about 20 to 30 minutes from the actual town of Moab. Luckily, we were able to acquire a few spots along the Colorado River. Camping along the river in the middle of summer in Moab, Utah is really the only place you'll find some cooler air, which is much needed at this point. Temperatures after sunset are still hot and miserable, but being by the water certainly helps. As we settle in for the night, a great feast is prepared, and the enjoyment of friendships is always something to look forward to after a long day on the trail. As we conclude the evening, we can't help but think about the challenges tomorrow will bring. Hell's Revenge.
It's like the 20th time I've aired down on this trip. It's getting kind of old. Need the wifey system. Steve. So the wifey system's pretty cool because you just connect all four. You run hoses to all each four of your tires, or each tire. You can fill them up that way. I'm pretty sure you can deflate them that way too. Hey, it's really hot out here. I think we're all dehydrated. Can't form sentences. I prefer elevation over the heat. I'm sad we left Colorado.
So today we are back at the Sand Flats and we are tackling Hell's Revenge. It's about I think a 6 to 9 mile trail. Last night we had a lot of fun at Fins and Things. It was just a short little easier trail, but really looking forward to this. Of course, seeing a lot of videos of guys taking their rigs up these trails. The one thing that I haven't seen though is fully loaded overland vehicles, and that's what we have. We have some pretty heavy rigs. We haven't really built them out as rock crawlers, and so they're pretty top heavy, especially Chad and my vehicle. We're gonna take it slow and have a lot of fun.
As the majority of the crew heads back to the trails around Moab, Hannah, Chris, and the younger crew members find something a little more relaxing than Hell's Revenge. The entrance to Hell's Revenge is one for the books, unlike anything we've ever seen before. You immediately start climbing an elevation along a very narrow path that drops off precipitously to either side. It's a bit intimidating, but something you have to experience for yourself. If this is the gatekeeper, imagine what the rest of the trail is like.
back is shaky. Like, and of course, it is fitted down in there pretty well. I have the cooler strapped down, things kind of tucked into their places, but man, stuff is kind of, sleeping bags and everything else is moving all around.
Similar to fins and things, there are a lot of hill climbs, only on a much larger scale. Again, traction is no problem for this kind of terrain. As your vehicle starts the ascent, you're immediately pointed at the sky and looking straight up as if on a roller coaster. It is truly a unique experience.
So Hell's Gate starts there, kind of loops around. We kind of traverse the side of this boulder, and then the main part is down there in that little canyon, and just straight up. So I didn't realize we had this down part though.
I thought it was just the upside. This down part over here actually looks worse.
I hate going down.
When watching videos on Hell's Gate, no one really talks about the entrance or drop in to the main obstacle. It's almost just as gnarly because you're inching downwards instead of climbing. With any sort of descent this intense, make sure you're in 4 low, first gear, to help alleviate added stress on the brakes. Can you drive this without a spotter? Sure, but we don't recommend it. As you've seen throughout this trip, we like to have spotters for things we're unsure of. Better to have someone out and not need them than to not have one at all.
You're welcome, brah. Basically, watching him do it, kind of guiding him through. Initially, when you look at this, you're like, oh, what the hell? Then after...
We're in the corner, park way out of the way so that we get room for all the vehicles in case we get a runaway. We're not smashing into other vehicles.
10-4. Then we took a few minutes, actually kind of climbed around a little bit, looked at it, and it's actually this first part, as long as you take a good initial path, it kind of sets you up for the rest of the way down. And it's just first gear low, a little bit of brake, and down you go. All right, I'm gonna go get that.
That's your line right there. Ride it. Yeah, you're golden. Hold that line. All right, go driver just a hair. Roll forward. Ride it out, ride it out, ride it out. There you go, you're on level ground. Sweet. It's all you. Too easy. Spoke too soon.
We're gonna go, so I'll see you at the bottom.
Alright, Chad.
Nice and slow. Drive it just a touch. There you go, right here. Alright, nice and slow forward. Alright, what's gonna happen now is the passenger's gonna start to raise a little bit.
There you go. Keep coming. Nice and slow. And just a second. Nice and slow. There you go. Come passenger just a little bit. Passenger.
There you go. That's a good line right here. Nice and slow forward. Alright, now let that drive just a little bit. A little bit. There you go. Hold that line right there. There you go.
Now, can you see your line? Nice and slow.
As the team gets the first 3 vehicles down safely, all that's left is the GX. With Steve's meticulous eye for spotting, he and Charles were able to easily bring the GX to flat ground and get the truck ready for the other side of Hell's Gate. Hell's Gate is one of Moab's more sought-after attractions, featuring an axle twisting climb up a steep sandstone V-notch. Many rigs have met their untimely demise rolling backwards down this climb after choosing the wrong line. Hell's Gate is far more ominous in person, even more so when you're positioned at the bottom. The only way out is up unless you want to go back up what you just came down, which is just as bad. My initial approach to the bottom of the obstacle was a bit too far left, causing me to lose traction and momentum, keeping me from getting over the initial step. A quick reposition put me on a much better line, allowing me to easily clear the bottom steps. With an IFS vehicle such as my Tacoma, wheel lifts on this obstacle are pretty much unavoidable and only add to the excitement.
Nice.
Steve climbed the first step with ease, but that's the easiest part of Hell's Gate. The next 2 steps are what tend to give people trouble if not positioned correctly. Vehicle placement is crucial. There's a reason why you see tire marks high on the passenger side. You want to place the passenger side of the vehicle as high up on those marks as you can. That was not the case here. While the front of the Tacoma was high enough to the passenger side, the rear end was not, causing the front driver's side to lift as Steve accelerated. It's a very frightening situation. After taking a breather, repositioning the truck, Steve was able to climb a better line with more stability, making it through the V-notch shelf unharmed. Immediately after the V-notch, the truck needs to cut driver's side and then be positioned for the next shelf. This shelf is a little bit steeper, and if not positioned correctly, can also send your vehicle tumbling backwards. Understanding how your vehicle's articulation reacts to off-camber situations is key to making it through these types of obstacles. With a little bit of wheel lift through this third shelf, Steve is comfortable just riding it out and making it through Hell's Gate.
I'm gonna take a piss.
So you don't do it in the car?
We are good if you're good. Now you got to start off at bottom, high driver's side, and then when you get up to this first ledge, you know, we've got to get you higher passenger side, just FYI. So start off with everything locked, everything you got, all traction control devices and everything. Get that tire up high on the black line. That's it, crawl it. Just crawl it. Passenger side is going to start climbing. There it is. You want to be high on this side. Now hold your line. You're coming. There you go. You're getting there. It's going to cross you up when you get up here. Alright. The driver's side should catch that ledge here in a minute. Start coming up. There, it's going to come up. That's your line. Hold it. Hold it. The passenger a little. Straight. Crawl it, crawl it, crawl it, crawl it. Need that look easy. Alright, basically you want that passenger tire just this side of this V-notch right here. You got it right there. Hold that line, start crawling. Start crawling. Alright, straighten up a little. You gotta get higher. Nope, you gotta get driver. You gotta get driver.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Yeah, you can get higher driver.
You should be able to crawl up there.
Hold that line and keep crawling. Hold that line and keep crawling. Vehicle out. You gotta keep that momentum going.
Yeah. Alright, so I need to back down and do it again, right? Or at least to that last stage.
You gotta get forward. Come forward.
Come forward now.
Then you gotta try and get up over this ledge. We gotta get you in position for the next one. Can you brake and throttle forward at the same time?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Feels like it just wants to go over.
Alright, I need to back you up probably a good 10 feet or so. Nice throttle, reverse, 2-foot driving. We want to back you up nice and slow. Yep, hold that line. Feel.
Still feels okay.
The passenger side is going to start climbing on that rock behind you. Yep, nice and controlled. Start cutting passenger.
Hang on. My mirror's gonna...
Damn, passenger. Back it up. Passenger.
Yeah, I'm crushing my mirror here.
Charles repositions the GX and starts to climb higher on the passenger side in hopes of not slipping back into the V-notch. Unfortunately, the GX does not yet have a rear locker, so Charles is having to use his center diff lock, which helps, but it's proving to be a bit more challenging for the GX. The GX looks as though it's going to clear the last step with ease, but at the last second, loses traction, lifts the front tire, and rolls backward just enough to cause the lifted tire to settle back down quickly, causing a violent upward bounce in the front end. We all take a second to breathe, assess the situation, and develop a new strategy.
Come forward, hold that line and come forward slowly. If you start to tip, don't overreact, just slowly depress brake.
I then quickly help Charles reposition the truck and attempt to limit suspension articulation and maintain better traction.
Actually, go back a little bit more. Cut driver.
Good. Like,
Good, you just ran Hell's Gate.
yeah, it was awesome. So the Jacob was spotting me and did a super good job. And like for the first time coming up that, like I am super happy. That first part, the GX was just going up, and then I was a too far driver on one of it and slipped down. So just head back up, keep on going. So that was good. How far up was my passenger tire?
You were on the edge there.
It was up there.
It gave all of us a little pucker face.
Oh, well, yeah, that's good. So do we do the rest of the trail or do we do that again?
No, we can continue on from here.
I wasn't nervous at all driving mine down and back up this side. I was 10 times more nervous spotting you.
Yeah. Well, it's just like basically stock vehicle, a lot of weight.
I know, that's the one thing that had me worried is all that weight in the back end.
Yeah.
But it did awesome.
Yep.
There's no worries. That last adjustment was, you did that spot on. It was nice. You had to crawl up on the high side.
Yeah.
So, good times.
Having conquered Hell's Gate, it felt as though we were invincible, ready to take on any challenge. The overwhelming sense of accomplishment lifted our spirits to new heights, and it's exactly why we engage in such endeavors. Tackling challenges as a team is exceptionally fulfilling and leaves us wanting more. The rest of this trail was a cakewalk in comparison, and this trail marks a significant milestone, one that we can proudly check off our bucket list. After leaving the Sandflats, we make our way to Arches National Park to meet up with the rest of the group and sightsee before packing in for the night. Arches National Park is adjacent to the Colorado River and very near our campsite. More than 2,000 natural sandstone arches are located in the park, including the well-known Delicate Arch, as well as a variety of unique geological resources and formations. The park contains the highest density of natural arches in the world.
More cactuses.
My hands are disgusting from Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
We did it. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
Although it is far too late in the day to tour the entire park, we wanted the most scenic view to go along with this epic charcuterie board the girls put together. We're very thankful for the time we get to spend together as a group, especially as our time out west nears an end.
It's blowing pretty good. This wind is by far the worst I've been in outside with the tents up.
Oh my goodness.
Not exactly okay with this.
So this is our last night at camp in Moab, Utah, and we've had some pretty crazy weather. We've had rain come through the canyon. We're staying like right on the Colorado River. This is definitely the gnarliest weather I think I've camped in. We've had, I would say, 45, 50 mile gust winds, I think, right?
That's probably pretty accurate.
Something like that. Like you'd have just a gust of wind just blow through the canyon and everything. Like it felt like the vehicle was just going to come off the ground. We're just kind of waiting it out. But yeah, OVS. These awnings are absolutely amazing. Well worth the money.
Well, I post my story about, hey, last night in Moab, it was nice and sunny, the rocks look beautiful. We're chilling, everyone's got their tent set up, and then this god-awful storm comes rolling through, and everything's wet. Chad's had his sunroof open and took on water. The verniers about blew away into the river.
We lost a kid.
Yeah, we're still searching for one of the children, and we're in this like long, tight valley, and the wind is just zipping through pretty good. I will say though, nothing's like, well, except for a couple tent poles, right, out of the verniers window or whatever, come flying.
Other than that, everything's good.
Yeah. But this is the coolest evening we've had, and everyone should sleep pretty well tonight. It should be nice. Yeah, I've got stuff dangling.
We leave Moab and begin the long 4-day journey home. Embarking on this expedition has been no small feat, from meticulous planning and vehicle build-outs to navigating the twists and turns of the open road. It has been an epic 3-week journey. Traveling more than 2,500 miles, crossing passes in excess of 13,000 feet of elevation, camping in temperatures ranging from 25 degrees Fahrenheit to over 104, and covering more than 7 states. As we hit the road home, we reflect on the goals we had for this trip.
My goals for this trip, honestly, the overarching goal is just adventures and experiences with my families and friends, whatever that means. I know we're going to get into some really exciting and fun things. All these areas are new, mostly new to all of us going on this trip, especially to my 2 boys. But my goal is to share those experiences with them and to just create those lasting memories and to have a good time.
So some of the goals that I have for this particular trip, number 1 is to survive. We're going in an untested rig. We just swapped an LS engine into this Land Cruiser and have yet to really test it. So That really is going to be it, is to get there and back reliably without too many mechanical hiccups, and there shouldn't be. We're pretty good at what we do. But there's always that chance, right? Beyond that, personal goals when it comes to, you know, my overarching sort of thing, it's sentimental or whatever, but it's really about getting my family out there. My wife and my kids, getting them out there and getting them with that confidence to explore.
I have a lot of goals for this trip. The biggest one, however, being the production of this show and being able to deliver a very quality piece of content that the viewers will love and enjoy watching. And we're filming this in a way that is really going to allow Charles and I to have the creative freedom to grow and better our skills as cinematographers. And that's kind of my biggest goal with this trip, is to be able to deliver something like that.
I think a big goal for me on this trip is just a rest and a reset from the daily busy grind that I have, and a chance to get out and enjoy some beautiful scenery and beautiful weather with a good group of friends and with my family.
One of the goals that I personally have going on this trip is going to be kind of managing some OCD and some stress. Sometimes even like in the recent past, we went on Red Clay Rally, and there was a few obstacles where I'm like, I don't think I can do this, and like that awful, stressful tension kind of starts to sink in a little bit, and then you kind of miss out on the experiencing the moment. And worried about things that may not necessarily really matter. You know, like if truck parts break, we can fix it. It's not the end of the world. Being able to be a little bit more in the moment. If we're all able to do that, I think that we'll all become better assets to the team. Being able to, you know, think through those problems better.
This expedition was a testament to the spirit of adventure. Unpredictable, challenging, yet immensely rewarding. The lessons learned on the road, the camaraderie forged through shared experiences, and the beauty witnessed were invaluable. For those of you watching and considering your own overlanding adventure, remember, you don't need to embark on a cross-country journey. Weekend camping trips offer a taste of the great outdoors and a chance to fine-tune your rig. However, when you're ready for it, a journey through the heart of America is really hard to beat. So, wherever your next adventure takes you, embrace the unexpected, relish the journey, and make it a story worth telling.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure once again. It's been a great time. We'll get together soon and live it all. Yes, sir. Let us know when you make it back. Yeah, y'all do the same.
It's a good trip, gentlemen. Pretty incredible for what we did.
Crazy how fast that went by. Look forward to using Alpha in a week or two. Yeah, you boys get to sorting and color correcting and editing. I think we underestimated what we just accomplished. We certainly had some ups and downs. We undertook a huge task, and I think everybody did great. Agreed. Great time. Can't wait to relive some of the memories, and cannot wait to start talking about the next one.
We hope our trip tells a story, one where challenges aren't roadblocks, but stepping stones to great memories. In the end, it's the challenges that make the triumphs so sweet, turning every adventure into a reminder that the best stories often emerge from the toughest roads. This is who we are. This is what we do. We are Rally Rats.